Hi everybody, this is Nick from TriRig, and today we're going to do an unboxing of everything TriRig makes that has SL in the title. Open back, Scoops SL. Closed back, Scoops SL. Scoops Ultimate SL. Alpha Pursuit SL. Omega SL. Mercury SL. Styx SL. And the very cool and funky Control SL. Also, I've got to give a shout out to Drew, who redesigned all of our packaging. It just looks so cool here. It's even got these little TriRig icons right here on the bottom of the box. The really cool thing about this video is I've never actually seen these products in their final retail packaging. I know exactly what all the products are like, but I haven't opened one of these boxes before. So this is kind of a fun little experiment for me too. Okay, Scoops Ultimate SL. All right, so these are the little short bits. We'll come back to those in a second. All the fasteners you need, and of course, the scoops themselves. These are just absolutely beautifully made by our factory. What these do right here is act as an extension clamp so that the entire cup supports your arm all the way from elbow to wrist. And then this little plug here allows you to insert any extension you like. We include a short length of our gamma extensions that we make and cut custom for Scoops Ultimate. And the benefit of this particular bend is it puts the extension right in your hand exactly the way that you want it. If you want your hand upturned, you can do it that way. If you want to be a little bit more neutral or spun in, you can just spin the extension however it works best for the way that you like to hold your hands. And you can even put a different bend in here you want. This will take any standard 22.2 millimeter extension. We chose an external cable routing path for the new Scoops Ultimate, and it just has a little indentation right here built into the carbon so that your cable can hug the outside and then exit right here at the end. So it doesn't have to do any complex kind of routing. You keep everything external, but still extraordinarily clean. So that is Scoops Ultimate SL. I think one of the coolest products on the market and certainly a unique offering. Okay, Scoops SL, open back and closed back. The general idea with our Scoops line is to provide athletes with exactly the kind of cup shape that they prefer, and then also as much support as possible given that athlete's preferences. So whether you want to be supported just along your forearm, that's great. Or if you want a really locked in position that actually grabs the back of your elbow, we do that as well. So either of these options is available. They're made of carbon, so they're extremely light. They've got a really nice slotted bolt pattern here with countersunk screws. And we include both M5 and M6 screws depending on what exactly your aero bars require. And so these are sort of our highest end standard cups. Our highest end cups, of course, would be the Scoops Ultimate SL. But these are going to be really the best option for the standard athlete, regardless of the aero bar. We've got these really nice neoprene pads with a perforation pattern for sweat drainage. And I think we might be the only people doing that as well. So nothing gets stuck here as you perspire, it just goes through and seeps through the cup. So these options are great. This, the SL shape is a little bit narrower. The standard carbon scoops still have that slightly wider shape for athletes whose arms might be a little larger. These are just a little bit narrower, more of a race-oriented shape. And really, really fantastic stuff. So that is open back Scoops SL and closed back Scoops SL. All right, who's next? On to prime time. Cue all the Deion Sanders memes because we do live in Colorado. Alpha Pursuit SL, the craziest bar on the market. I think the wildest product we've ever made. Control SL. These are the lightest brake lever shifter combo that have ever been made anywhere. They're really cool and they're designed specifically for this bar, but they can be used with any aero bar or base bar. Omega SL, the most beautiful, complex brake we've ever made. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. There we go. And just a really cool, fun design. It's basically the skeleton of every brake we've ever made, and just kind of the best version of everything we've ever designed in terms of brakes. Mercury SL. People have been waiting for this product for a long time. We used to make pedals called Mercury, and we discontinued them quite a while ago. And this is the phoenix rising from the ashes, and it's better in every single way, as I'll show you. And of course, we offer cleats separately. This package includes cleats, as you'll see, but if you just want an extra pair of cleats, you can get these. These will also work with old Mercury cleats, and vice versa. Old cleats will work with these new pedals if you happen to have any in storage somewhere. But it's probably the opposite. Most people were begging us for this product who owned the old pedal. Okay, and then Styx SL, just a set of skewers, but you know, the lightest in the world. So let's open all these guys up. I am opening the boxes so that you can see the products. Okay, yes. Alpha Pursuit SL. This is my first time opening this box. I'm so thrilled. Okay, cool. So Alpha Pursuit is a super simple product. There's no fasteners actually in the box. The hardware is already right here. This is all titanium hardware, all built in, ready to clamp, and it has pre-drilled holes for the Control SL hardware, which requires this kind of hole spacing. Just a really simple semi-gloss matte finish and about a 215 gram package altogether. This is the lightest Pursuit bar stem combo you can buy anywhere. Most stems weigh more than this entire setup. On to Control SL. Here we go. Each one of these is a complete brake shift combo. It's a friction shifter, meaning that you run the cable through, it will go internally inside your aero bar and operate any kind of shifter that you want to operate, because they can all run in friction mode. Indexed rear derailleurs can be run that way. And you just control what gear you're in by where the lever sits. And then you can trim that gear exactly the way you want to, depending on whether you're running a 1x or a 2x setup. You may want a little trim there. And this lever uses the strongest pull ratio of any lever for a TT bike on the market. It's actually much more like road levers in terms of how much cable it will pull. And it returns via a very nice, powerful return spring that's built right into it. It's the lightest brake shift combo out there. It's several hundred grams lighter than something like Dura-Ace Mechanical or even Dura-Ace Di2 or SRAM Red or anything like that, where you would have a shifter and a brake lever in the same place. It affixes to the bar via these two screws right here. So this top piece comes off and it acts as a sandwich so that you're not putting bolts right into carbon or anything like that. And it's just one of the coolest things I think we've ever designed. And you can choose to remove the shifter on either side if you want to. Just absolutely gorgeous, simple. This is kind of what the SL series is all about. It's stripping down the mechanical function to its absolute bare minimum without losing anything except for the weight. Okay, all right. Omega SL. Ooh, it's hot. All right. That's what we got. How cool is this? I mean, this is the bare skeleton of everything we've been making for the past, 12 years at TriRig. It's just beautiful, It's got all the power of Omega 1, but just stripped right down to the skeleton. Everything here was really carefully shaped and controlled so that we would have all of the mechanical strength that we needed for this product, but without losing any of the function. So it keeps, if you see this wedge, of course, has been stripped down to the bare minimum as well. But it's shaped very carefully to maintain as much modulation as Omega 1 has. But then, so this shaping begins by taking up a lot of cable, and then this hump right here helps to give you a lot of good modulation. So that hump is kind of where you control how much power you want until it turns to a linear cable pull. It remains linear throughout the rest of the pull. It's a super refined, elegant, really, really functional brake. And comes with everything you need, of course. So it has actually 3 sets of pad holders. In order to shave the weight down to where we wanted it to be, we removed the ability to independently adjust pad stance width at the brake arm. So instead, we give you 3 different sets of pad holders, which have different amounts of offset. So depending on what kind of rim you're using, if you're using a wide rim, use the 0 offset. If you're using a very, very skinny rim, you use this one. If you're using kind of rims in the middle somewhere, you'll use this one. So this will give you everything you need. Titanium fasteners everywhere to keep everything super light. You get a bunch depending on exactly what kind of fork setup you have. That's Omega 1, and it is gorgeous. Stix SL. All right. So there is nothing super crazy here. These are very, very much like our standard sticks, except instead of being made of titanium, they are made of T6 alloy, and they've been shaved down to the absolute bare minimum of material. We do include a very nice T25 Torx tool, which is what each of these dual lock levers uses. The cool thing about these is that you never will chew into a fork with these. You lock this one into one side, you lock this into the other side, and then the bolt that goes through it all tightens without ever chewing into your fork. So that's the benefit of this design. Neither of these sides moves as you are clamping the fork. It protects your fork. So even this super ultralight Stix SL design does that for you. Again, you just want to check the torque before each ride to make sure you're good to go. These are, I think, 20 grams complete, and they don't require a special tool. Again, it's a standard Torx 25 wrench, which we include in the box. All right, Mercury SL. I think this is probably the most anticipated product in the lineup. It's really, really cool, and I'm excited to show it to you. So, in the box, you get 2 pedals, 2 cleats, and there's some fasteners underneath. Let's pop these guys out. There are your fasteners. Start with the cleats. So the cleats are a really nice fiberglass reinforced nylon, and there are steel inserts at each bolt hole, so you don't have to worry about the oval washers. They are built into the cleat. The pedal stays in place laterally due to its design. The pedal in place locks due to the shaping here. Other cleats that use a spindle design like this, they try and build the lateral retention into the cleat, but that wears out. And so that's a really bad place to put that lateral retention. So we made these cleats as simple as possible. That's how the original Mercury worked as well. The stack height here is unbelievably low, as you can see. So if your shoe surface is here, the stack height from here to here is something like 11 millimeters. It's lower than anything else on the market. And then these are the pedals themselves. They look on the outside almost exactly like the original Mercury pedals, but they have inside stainless steel bearings. I'm going to show you how it works. So there's just a bolt here that holds on the bearing sleeve, and inside the bearing sleeve, 2 stainless steel bearings. And this is a nice sized bearing for pedals. Pedals don't often have bearings quite this size, and certainly not 2 of them, but we've got 2 of this same size, and it's just a You might consider that a slip fit rather than a press fit because you don't need a tool to do it, but it's very nicely controlled in terms of the dimensions. Good to go. I would do this again once it was on the bike, but that is the Mercury SL pedal. It's a beautiful little pedal. It gives you a rock solid pedaling performance with fixed position cleats, which I prefer. That's one of the reasons I designed Mercury in the first place, is because I really prefer fixed position pedals. These things, you find this really easily with your foot. You just stomp down and you're good to go. And now you've got that wonderful design with a true pair of stainless steel ball bearings. And I think athletes are gonna really like this for a long time to come. So that is the lineup. Thank you so much for watching, and you can get all of these products at TriRig.com. Take care.